Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motorcars here in Rogers, Minnesota. Today we're going to talk about an absolutely gorgeous 1949 Buick Super Sedanette two-door. I'll tell you what, we'll give you all the details in a minute. Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motorcars here in the wonderful town of Rogers, Minnesota. Today we want you to watch the entire video from start to finish because we do a walk around, a cold start, and give you all the details of this wonderful car. Now you can find all of our cars on our website at www.ellingsonmotorcars.com, and it's available to you 24 hours a day. So if you're a car guy, you can look all the time. But today we're going to talk about our newest acquisition, newest arrival, and that will be pointed out on our website as well. A 1949 Buick Super. Now everyone goes, well, how can you tell if it's a Super? How can you tell if it's a Roadmaster? How can you tell? Well, here's one of the things. 1949, they did a three-holer, as they called it. That is what the Super was, whereas the Roadmaster was four holes. So that is always one of the easiest ways to identify what particular model this car is. Now, there's one other thing. You can look on the front bumper, and they also have in the middle of the emblem right there, it will also tell you what vehicle model it is, and it also says the word Super. So today, like I said, 1949, right after the war, people were really looking to upgrade, get these new cars, whatever, and Buick was right in the running for all that new stuff. This is one of the biggest things. Of course, it has the Buick, the big straight 8, which they had used for quite a number of years, which was a very nice, reliable motor, needless to say. And whatever, it's a 248 cubic inch motor. I love the little thing in the middle of the hood. It looks like a gun sight, I guess. That's kind of what it is. They're all looking futuristic, going forward, whatever. And as a kid, that was always one of my favorite things to look at. All the different cars had a different kind of a gun sight, if you will. The big thing that this car has, of course, in 1949, the automatic transmissions, it even tells you that it has a Dynaflow. I mean, that was a big thing they were touting. I mean, an automatic transmission was a big upgrade. It cost a few extra dollars, but I tell you what, it was really one of those conveniences that people were really clamoring, and it was one of those big things that the auto industry in general was doing at about that time. But yeah, this is a really, really neat example. The Sedanette, I mean, it's got this swoopy look to it. I mean, look at how the roof line goes down in the back. I mean, Buick was in the mode of changing things, whatever. They got a new taillights. They got a different grille look to it. I love the wide whites, of course, which would be very period correct, and the full hubcaps with the correct emblem in the inside. It is the first year for the vents, by the way, so everyone could help identify these cars. So when you'd see those, that was one of those things Buick was known for many, many years, as a matter of fact. So it's just one of those little things that helps you become a car expert, if that's what we want to call it. Take a look at the inside of this car. Beautiful interior. I mean, beautiful black paint on the car. Just absolutely shines. Beautiful chrome work as well. A lot of that has been redone and refinished, so it is really, really pristine. Here's something that we found in the paperwork. We do have an original owner's manual for the car, and I have never seen one of these. This looks like what we would call a build sheet for a 1949 Buick, and it even says Buick Sedanette right on this little piece of paper. Kind of a neat thing, you know, just one of those things that people have that they like to add and talk about with their car. Beautiful steering wheel. The nice thing about this car, it has not been modified in any stretch of the imagination. It is the way that it came in 1949. We've got an original radio that says Buick on the buttons. It's got a beautiful steering wheel, horn ring, and like I said, the automatic transmission right on the column. Correct interior, cloth interior, beautiful interior. Look at that. Yeah, original headliner in there. And these cars were spacious. I mean, it was just one of those cars that, you know, you had leg room, front seat and back seat. Now, the story on this car goes back a long time. The previous owner had it over 30 years. So it's always been in the hands of collectors. That's one of those things that we always like to tout if you find that, because you know it's been well taken care of, well maintained. look at the underside of the hood, when we did the startup, you'll take a look at the pictures. I mean, it is the way it came from the factory. They got the right air cleaner, the right stuff on it. So if you're looking for one of those original type cars, this is what we have right here. I'm just trying to look and think if there's any other spots or things that I hadn't thought about on this car. Oh yeah, by the way, isn't that an interesting spot where they have the antenna right there in the middle? So when you're not using it, you can put it down, and then you, on the inside, you have a little knob. You turn it to go up so you can get the radio to be working for you. You can find all our cars on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram as well. I mean, give us a like, leave us a comment, or subscribe. We appreciate that. There's always lots of interesting information on this car and many of the other cars that we currently have in inventory, and cars that we've had in past as well. And you can look at that 24 hours a day, just like our website. So yeah, this is one of these cars. I mean, I'm a big fan of the two doors like this. I just like the looks of this car with the built-in taillights, all the chrome work that goes down the side of the car. This has got skirts, of course, as well. Beautiful chrome in the back. Oh, enough room in the trunk to put in a couple of sets of golf clubs for sure. Probably one of those things that we want to do when we have an old car in this day and age. But it is kind of the way it came from the factory. And I think that's kind of one of those reasons why we always cater to having really, really nice original type cars like this. Now, if you're like me, come on down, take a look at it in person. We'd love to have you come down to Ellingson's. We're open Monday through Friday from 10 until 5 and Saturdays 10 to 4 as well. So come on in if you want to put your hands on it, touch it, feel it. You know, and as you can hear in the startup, runs like a Swiss watch. I mean, these old straight eights were just a really wonderful motor, and they used them for many, many years. And, you know, I always say join the local car club that's your Buick affiliate. I mean, that's always a neat thing to do. It's always information. It's always someone to have Mr. Wrench, if what we always call it. If you're not a motorhead guy and per se, there's always someone in the club that can help you out if you got a technical question that you're not sure of or whatever. They're willing to help you anytime they can. So if you're looking for something to add to your collection, you're a Buick guy at heart, you know, that's wouldn't you rather drive a Buick than a Chevrolet? I remember that song. Anyway, take a look at this car on our website, and we will see you next time.